Hello everyone, this is Coach Matt. I'm creating this video as we're transitioning the team from U10 to U11. This transition comes with a number of changes that you'll see on the field, and I'd like to share those changes with you and do a high-level view of our new formation for both the returning players and how it changes compared to what we did last year, as well as for the new players that are joining our team. And I'll start with that change. That's probably the biggest change that you'll see is we're going from 7v7 to 9v9. So instead of 7 players on the field at a time, there will be 9 players on the field at a time. So we're going to be adding 2 additional players. With that comes a bigger roster size. So last year we had 12 players on our team and 7 on the field at a time. This year we can have up to 16 players on our team and 9 on the field at a time. So we will be getting some new players and some new boys will be joining our team. We'll see exactly how many in the next few weeks, and I'll let everybody know on GroupMe. But that's one of the biggest changes. We'll have a bigger team, more players on the field, which is a good thing for everybody. There's a little bit more playing time. The game is a little bit longer. It goes from 25-minute halves to 30-minute halves. A few other changes that you'll see is there's no more build out line. So there was a blue line that was in between the goal box and the center line that our attackers had to go back behind that blue line if the goalie received the ball. And also it wasn't an offside penalty if you were on your side of the blue line when you received the ball, even if there's no defenders in between. So that line is now gone. So if the goalie has the ball, or if it's a goal kick, now our attackers just need to get out of the goal box. And there's no more blue line they need to get behind. Also, for offside, you can be called offside anywhere on the other half of the field. So the center line is the new blue line in that regard. If as soon as you cross that center line, you need to be watching to make sure you have a defender between you and the goalie when the ball is played to you. So removal of the build-out line. There'll be slightly bigger fields to accommodate the extra players. And the last big change I want to point out is that the goalies are now allowed to punt the ball. There will be times where we will be punting the ball. There will also be times where I want the goalie to roll it out to a defender. And I'll work with the goalie on when to do that and what are the key signals to watch for to know which, whether to punt or to roll it out. But we will probably be receiving a lot of punts from the other team this upcoming year. So those are the main highlights of the changes between U10 and U11. For our team, last year, we played in this formation. It was 7v7. We had a goalie, 2 center backs, 2 wings, right and left wing, a center mid, and a striker, a forward. This year, we're going to be basically splitting that wing into 2 to more of a defensive fullback and an attacking midfield. So where we used to have 1 wing that was more of a midfield, we now have 2 wings, a more defensive wing, a fullback, and an attacking midfield that plays kind of an attacking wing position. And I'll go through the positions, all of the positions here really quick. First, our striker. The number 9, our forward, is very similar to last year, is responsible for the attacking half of the field. This person should stay forward as much as possible. He'll have a lot of freedom to roam to both sides of the field wherever he's needed. He's looking to score, looking for through balls to receive and to find an opening and create goal scoring opportunities. This year, the biggest difference in this position is he'll have two players, 8 and a 10, that will be always up there working with him. So he'll be able to work more in combination with some other players to help create those goal scoring opportunities. But outside of the addition of the 8 and 10, which is a big difference, the position responsibility is pretty much the same for the 9. Next, the 8 and the 10. So these are attacking midfields. So they are still midfield position, not a forward position, which means I do want them to get back and help out on defense if the other team is making a strong attack, or if maybe there's a corner kick on the other side. I want them to get back and help make sure that someone's covered. But their primary job is to create scoring opportunities with the striker. That's what they should be doing most of the time. They are, and we'll talk about kind of how to work with the striker to create those opportunities, but if the ball's in the attacking half, they should be trying to win the ball, trying to pass it, trying to do a cross, maybe receive the cross if it's coming from the other side. And I really want our 8s and 10s to score a lot. Similar to last year, our wings did a lot of scoring. These are wings that are in an attacking position more often than not and will be often in an opportunity to score. Next, our central midfield. The biggest change from last year to this year is because we have two other midfields, the 8 and the 10, that allows the 6 to be a little bit more defensive. I called this position the holding midfielder. This midfield should always have the ball in front of them. If the other team's coming to score, they should be one of the first to press and try to win that ball. They have support behind them on both of the defenders, the 4 and the 5, but their main job is to win the ball, transition the ball up to the attacking players, the 8, 9, and 10. Maybe push it out to the wing, but look for through passes, look to gain possession and maintain possession. They can really cover anywhere on the field, and they can move around to where they need to go, but they are more defensive. They need to plug that hole in between the 4 and 5. They need to always keep the ball in front, and they need to get back if the other team is attacking. On the other side, when the 8, 9, and 10 are working on scoring, they should be moving up and keeping the ball in front of them. They should be a back option. A lot of times a really great pass is if the 8 is passing it back to the 6 who can take a shot. So I do want the 6 to be involved in the attack, help with the scoring, but they should always be an open player behind the ball to make that pass and either distribute or take a shot. The next position are the wings. So again, last year these positions were more midfield. Now they're more defense. That is their primary job, is defense. If the other team has the ball, they need to get back. If it's on their side of the field, they need to work on winning the ball. If it's on the opposite side of the field, their responsibility is to watch for the last defender, watch for that cross, and don't let them make a good cross that could potentially score. So they need to be watching for the pass or winning the ball, depending on which side of the field they're on. If we are in control of the ball, they do have the ability to move all the way up the field. The 2 and the 3 can dribble up, and they can go all the way up and help score. typically, if the 3 goes up and is playing attack because they have an opportunity with the ball to dribble it up or to make a run, then I want the 2 to stay back with the 4 and 5 so we have a good, strong defense still. And same thing on the opposite side. If the 2 moves up, then the 3 stays back to help create the offense. There are some times that we'll push both of them up, but we'll talk about that in practice. But generally, I want, if the ball's on the opposite side and we're making an attack, say the 3 is bringing the ball up, the 10 should be watching for the cross, and the 2 should be playing more defense. If the other team has the ball, I want them all playing defense. I want them all to get back and help guard. But they do have the ability to go all the way up and down the field. And then the last position to highlight is the right and the left defenders. They're the last line of defense before the goalie. This is a very, very similar position as last year. They're kind of the quarterbacks of our team. They usually receive the ball from the goal kicks. They're looking for the pass, looking to see how the other team is playing. They need to be strong defensively and stay in between the ball and the goal. Their job is not to win the ball. That's the 2, 3, and 6. If they can, that's great. But their job is to block, to stay in between the ball and the goal, and make sure and try to force a turnover. So that is it. That's our new formation. It's called a 4-3-1, but this is how we're playing it. And I just wanted to give you that oversight along with the new rule changes. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.